Hello student, today we will be solving the IB Math A HL May 2025 paper 1 times on 1 question number 11. You will be getting the solutions for the first 10 questions from this paper and the solutions to the other questions from the other past papers in form of playlists on my channel NS Online Math Tutoring Classes. You will also be getting playlists where the solved past paper questions will be available based on their topics. I'm Nilanjana Sanyal. I'm an online IB Math A HL level tutor. My phone number and my website address are displayed at the bottom of the screen. So without any further delay, let us start to solve this question number 11. The maximum mark is 17. It says plane pi 1 has equation x plus 2y plus z equal to 0. And the plane pi 2 has equation x minus y minus 2z equal to 0. The acute angle between the planes pi 1 and pi 2 is theta. So part A's question is show that the theta value is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, and it is containing 6 marks. So, and mind you, the theta is an acute angle. Therefore, we will be using this formula for the dot product. It is cos theta will be equal to the normal vector from the pi 1, plane pi 1, dot the normal vector of the plane pi 2. And this is the dot product between these two normal vectors. And the dot product can be a positive number or a negative number. If this is a negative number, the theta value that we will be getting by doing the cos inverse will be an obtuse angle, but we need an acute angle. So I'll be putting this absolute value notation, okay, and divided by the magnitude of the n1, the normal vector to the plane pi 1 and the normal vector. This doesn't matter whether I'm putting the cross sign or the dot sign, because this will be a number, this will be another number. Okay, so this is the multiplication of these two magnitudes. And I have put the absolute value notation around this dot product just to ensure that the theta value that I'll be getting will be an acute angle. Okay, so and let me write what is n1 and what is n2 separately. n1 it is 1, 2 and 1, and n2 it is 1, negative 1 and negative 2. Okay, so n1 dot n2 absolute value is equal to 1 to 1 dot 1, negative 1 and negative 2 equal to, it is 1 dot 1 means 1 times 1 plus 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So this is equal to minus 2 is minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3, and the absolute value of minus 3 is plus 3. Okay, and now let us come to the magnitudes. The magnitude of n1 will be equal to 1 square plus 2 square plus 1 square, which is equal to 1 plus 4 plus 1 is 6. Okay, so the magnitude of n1 vector is root 6 and magnitude of the n2 vector will be equal to 1 square plus negative 1 whole square plus negative 2 whole square. Negative 1 whole square is 1 and negative 2 whole square is 4. So 4 plus 1 is again 6. So it is root 6. So therefore, cos theta will be equal to 3 over root 6 times root 6, which is equal to, or let me write equal to over here. It is 3 over root 36, which is equal to 3 over 6. So cos theta equal to 3 over 6 or equal to half. Okay. So therefore, theta is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Shown. I may write this around the absolute value. You can give the reason for taking the absolute value because theta is an acute angle. Okay. Show that theta equal to 60 degrees. We have shown that. Now a third plane pi 3 is perpendicular to both pi 1 and pi 2. A unique point of intersection of all the three planes is the point R with the coordinates 5, -5 and +5. And suppose this question is find the Cartesian equation of pi 3. Okay. So in order to get the equation of a plane, what information do we need? We need the vector which is normal to this plane, and we need the coordinates of a point which is on the plane. So clearly this R, point R is on the plane pi 3, and now we have to find the normal vector to this plane pi 3. Okay, and now since pi 3 is perpendicular to both pi 1 and pi 2, therefore the normal to this pi 3 will be perpendicular to n1, that is normal to pi 1, and n2, that is normal to pi 2. Okay, so n3 will be perpendicular to both n1 and n2. And how to get a perpendicular vector which will be perpendicular to two other vectors? We have to take the cross product of these two vectors. Okay, so n3 we can get the n3 vector by doing the cross product of n1 and n2. Okay, I have brought in the equations of these two planes again over here so that you can see what will be the n1 and n2 vectors. n1 is equal to 1, 2, 1, and n2 is equal to 1, -1 and -2. Okay, and we need n3. n3 will be equal to n1 cross n2. Okay, so let us do the cross product. I, j, k, and 1, 2, 1, and 1, -1 and -2. Okay, so it is 2 times -2 is -4, and minus of minus times -1 times 1 is -1. So minus of -1 is +1. I minus 1 times -2 is -2, and 1 times 1 is 1. So -2 minus 1. So it is -2, -1, j plus -1 and -2 again. So -1, -2, k. Okay. So therefore, n3 is equal to -3i, and -2 minus 1 is -3, and minus of -3 is +3, +3j, and this one is -3k. Okay, so n3 is this, this. You can write it in column vector format also if you want. This is negative 3, 3 and negative 3. So this is a vector which is perpendicular to both n1 and n2. Okay. Now I can just modify this. I can take out the negative 3, or I can take out 3, anything. Let me take out 3. So it becomes negative 1, 1 and negative 1. Okay. And I'll be just taking in 3 to be equal to negative 1 and negative 1. How can I do that? Because these two are simply parallel vectors. They have the same direction. Only the magnitude is different. Okay, I need a vector which is perpendicular to the plane pi 3. I'm not concerned with its magnitude. So instead of taking minus 3, 3 and minus 3, I can take minus 1, 1 and minus 1. Okay. So I'll be taking this. So I'm writing n3 is equal to modified n3. Let me write minus 1, 1 and minus 1. And the r value is, the coordinates are, see, they are 5, negative 5 and 5. So 5, negative 5 and 5. Now we can write the vector equation of the plane pi 3, rather Cartesian equation. Okay. So pi 3 will be n3 dot r will be, this will be equal to n3 dot, I can write this, the position vector of this point r will be equal to, this is OR, not OR. Position vector is 5, minus 5 and 5. Okay. So n3 dot OR. Okay. So first of all, let us get this dot product. N3 dot OR is equal to negative 1, 1, negative 1 dot 5, negative 5 and 5. So this will be equal to negative 5, negative 5 and negative 5, which is equal to negative 15. Okay. So now pi 3 is equal to n3 dot r. So r is what? Let me write the r. It is the position vector of any point on pi 3. So it is negative 1 times x is negative x, plus 1 times y is y, plus negative 1 times z is negative z. This is equal to negative 15. Okay. You can write it as negative x plus y minus z equal to negative 15, or you can write x minus y plus z equal to 15. Whichever equation you want to give, you may give it. Okay. This is the equation of plane pi 3 and the answer for subpart B. Each of the planes pi 1 and pi 2 contains a mirror. A ray of light is directed towards the mirror in pi 1. This is the diagram. This is the ray of light directed towards the plane pi 1. The ray of light forms an angle of 45 degrees with the plane pi 1 and meets it at the point P. The ray of light is then reflected towards the mirror in pi 2 and meets pi 2 at the point Q. The points P and Q are contained in pi 3, the equation that we have just got in subpart B. It is given that ER, this is the intersection point of the three planes. This PR is 5 centimeters. The information is shown in the following diagram. And subpart C's question is, it is containing two further subpart. Subpart I says, using an appropriate compound angle identity, show that sine 75 degrees is equal to root 2 plus root 6 divided by 4. So, okay, compound angle identity. So it is, I can write sine 75 degrees as sine 45 degrees plus 30 degrees, because 45 plus 30 is 75. Okay, so this will be equal to sine 45 degrees cos 30 degrees plus cos 45 degrees sine 30 degrees. Okay, using sine A plus B identity. So this is equal to, now I'll be substituting the values. Sine 45 degrees, you may write this as root 2 over 2. I'm writing 1 over root 2. And cos 30 degrees, again, I'm writing this as root 3 over 2. And plus cos 45 degrees is 1 over root 2. And sine 30 degrees is half. Okay. So this is equal to, I'm seeing there is the common denominator of 2 root 2. So it is 2 root 2 and root 3 from the first term and 1 from the second term. And we are having a denominator of 4. And over here it is 2 root 2. So if I multiply root 2 in the denominator, root 2 times root 2 will be giving us 2, and there is this 2. So 2 times 2 will be 4. I need a 4 in the denominator. So I am multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by root 2. Okay. When you have to change the value of either the numerator or the denominator, you have to multiply or divide, whatever is the case. You have to do the same thing to both the numerator and the denominator. Okay. So it is, the numerator is getting multiplied by root 2 and the denominator is also getting multiplied by root 2, because root 2 over root 2 is equal to 1. This is our expression that we have got. And I can write this to be multiplied with 1. Obviously, multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything. And I can write this as multiplication by 1. And writing this 1, instead of writing this 1, I am writing the 1 in form of root 2 over root 2. Because root 2 over root 2, they will be cancelling each other and I'll be getting back this 1. Okay, I cannot multiply with some other number which will be changing the value totally. I have to keep the value. I may modify the way of representing the number, but I cannot change the number. So it is practically getting multiplied with 1, and this 1 is written in the form of root 2 over root 2. Okay, because I need a 4 in the denominator. So root 2 times root 2 is 4. And root 3 times root 2 is root 6. Plus 1 times root 2 is root 2. Okay. And okay, they have written root 2 first, so I can write root 2 first. So this is therefore sine 75 degrees is equal to this. Shown. Now I find QR. That this is Q and this is R, so QR is this line. Giving your answer in the form P times root Q minus 1 centimeters, where P and Q are integers. Okay, so we are seeing they have in fact drawn this triangle PQR. See? Okay, and we are given the side length PR, it is equal to 5 centimeters, and we are knowing the two angles of this triangle. Okay, so obviously we can find the third angle. What will be the third angle? This is 60 plus 45 is 105. The sum total of the three angles will be equal to 180 degrees. So the third angle will be equal to 75 degrees. Okay, so you see the relation. We have just now found the value of sine 75 degrees. Okay, and this angle is 75 degrees. So we know what rule we have to apply. This is the sine rule that we will be applying. Okay, so it is C and II. We are having this side. Okay, so I'll be writing 5 over opposite angle is 75 degrees. So it is sine 75 degrees is equal to, we need the QR length. So QR over opposite angle is 45 degrees. So sine 45 degrees. Okay. So therefore, QR will be equal to 5 over sine 75 degrees times sine 45 degrees. Okay. So this is equal to 5 divided by sine 45 degrees, 75 degrees, is this one. That is why I am writing divided by like this with a division sign. It is root 2 plus root 6 over 4 times sine 45 degrees is 1 over root. Okay. So this is equal to 5 times 4 over root 2 plus root 6 times 1 over root 2. Okay. So this is equal to, what is 4? 4 can be written as root 2, this is 4. 4 can be written as root 2 times root 2, this is 2, times root 2 times root 2, another 2, because 4 is 2 times 2. And because I am having root 2 in the denominator, I want to simplify a bit. So I am expressing 4 in terms of root 2. 4 is 2 times 2, and 2 is root 2 times root 2. Another 2 is again root 2 times root 2. Okay, so I can basically write this root 2 times root 2 times root 2 times root 2 over root 2 plus root 6 times 1 over root 2. Okay, so one of the root 2's will be definitely getting cancelled, and I'll be having 5 times root 2 times root 2 is 2. So 2 root 2 over root 2 plus root 6. Okay, and this is equal to, so QR, let me write once more, n root 2 over root 2 plus root 6. Now, in case you want to rationalize the denominator, let me rewrite this in this form. In root 2, I am writing this as root 6 plus root 2, because root 6 will be more than root 2. I am writing this first. Okay, why you will be seeing now, just now, because I will be multiplying both the numerator. Again, I am changing the way the fraction is written. Okay, so I am multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by root 6 minus root 2. Okay, so therefore QR is equal to 10 root 2 times root 6 is 10 root 12, and root 2 times root 2 is 2, so minus 20 over, this is A plus B and this is A minus B multiplied together. We will be using this identity, and this is a very useful identity. It is better you remember this identity. a square minus b square equal to a plus b times a minus b. Okay. So it is a plus b times a minus b in this case given. I'll be writing this in the form of a square minus b square. And a is root 6 and b is root 2. Now you may understand that I'll be writing root 6 whole square minus root 2 whole square. Now you may understand the significance or the reason why I have written this in this format, so that this will be 6 and this will be 2 and I'll be having a positive number. That was my intention. Okay. So this is, and 12 is 4 times 3 is 12. So let me write this over here. Root 12, it is 2 times 2 times 3. And since it is a square root, we'll be pairing the numbers and we'll be taking out one number from each pair. So this is 2 root 3. Okay. And 2 times 10 will be 20. So 20 root 3 minus 20 over 6 minus 2, which is equal to, I can take 20 common, it is root 3 minus 1 over 4. So therefore, QR is equal to, and these two will be getting cancelled. I'll be having the QR's value as 5 times root 3 minus 1 centimeters. This is a paper 1 question, so you'll not be having the calculator with you to find the decimal value, but this is the exact value of QR. Okay. So this is, therefore we have completed answering this question. Thank you for staying with me till the end and listening to my entire explanation. Please to give this video a like and please to share this video with your friends in case you have liked my explanation. And please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be really motivating me. It will be really helping me a lot. We meet again very soon in our next session. We'll be solving the last question of the same paper. Till then, bye.